Oh, y'all know how y'all see all these videos talking about how much money you can make as a notary? Well, they might be true, but they left out some very important details that I am going to share with you today. Things that I wish I knew before I became a notary or a loan signing agent. So let's go ahead and get into it. What's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Welcome to my channel where I discuss my life as a wife, mom, entrepreneur, and business owner, all while trying to crush and achieve my goals. Y'all know I'm on my side hustle kick. One of my side hustles is working as a notary, and I have been commissioned for about 2 years now, and I have been actively working as a notary loan signing agent for about a year now. So I'm going to spill the tea about what I wish, the 8 things I wish I had known about being a notary or being a loan signing agent before I got into it. Okay, so that hopefully y'all can make a more informed decision. All right. Number one, the first thing I wish that I would have known before I became a loan signing agent, or a notary, I should say, is when you start out, a lot of the assignments are last minute. These videos come on and they say, oh, I need, $400 in a day, $500 today, $300 today. I made all this money today. A lot of these assignments are last minute. Like, you might get the assignment the day before for you to do something. You might get a notification or something at 5 o'clock for you to do a signing at 10 that morning. Okay, especially when you're starting off. Once you built up, I guess, a kind of rapport with the signing services and things like that, then sometimes they will schedule them a little bit further in advance. But this business is based off of a lot of last minute stuff. You could have 1 or 2 appointments on your schedule, and next thing you know, all these notifications come in, and now you might have 4 actual appointments on your schedule. So I wish I had known the last minute nature of this business. So sometimes it's hard to know like how much you're going to make or whatever, just because a lot of the assignments, especially when you're new, are coming in at the last minute, and you have to be flexible to be able to try and adjust your schedule or accommodate these last minute notifications and everything. All right, now the second thing I wish they had told me before I became a loan signing agent is just the amount of pages you would have to print out for these signings. So a lot of the signings, especially and before all this started happening with the interest rates and stuff going up, people were refinanced, and so a lot of these packages were refinance packages. There are also buyer and seller packages. Seller packages are some of the smaller packages, but a lot of them were refinances because people were trying to refinance into a lower interest rate. Those packages can be 150 to almost 200 pages per packet, and you usually have to print out 2 copies of the packet, one to send off back to the title escrow company, and one to leave with the borrower. Now, it takes a while to print out those documents and making sure you have them in order, especially when you're starting off. Printers were scarce. I had a single tray printer. I still have a single tray printer, so making sure the papers are in order, because some are printed on letters, some are printed on legal, all that stuff. It's just a lot of paperwork to print out. Okay, it's a lot of paperwork. I just wish they'd be like, oh, I went to the signing, I did this, and it took me 45 minutes and blah 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 blah, and it's like all this paperwork I got printed out, like all this stuff. Okay, but anyway, so it's going to be a lot of stuff for you to print out. The next thing I wish I had known about before I got into my loan signing journey is about scanbacks. Y'all, if y'all have seen any of my videos before, y'all know I say scanbacks are the devil. I hate scanbacks, especially if I have to scan back a large package. So a lot of the seller packages, seller ones are small, but you're gonna have to scan those back. The purchase packages, they want them typically scanned back as well. The purchase packages, they're gonna be about the same size as a refinance. Yeah, it's just a lot, and they usually want the scan backs same day. Also, when you're new, sometimes they might ask for scan backs for refis. They might ask for scan backs for anything, especially if you're new, because they want to see the quality of your work before you actually ship it off to the title or escrow company. So yeah, if it took a while to print out 150, 200 pages, it's going to take even longer to scan them back, okay? And they don't talk about that more so. And I'm mentioning this because they'll say, oh, I went and did the signing and I was done in 30 minutes or whatever, and it's not taking into consideration the amount of time it took for you to prep the documents. Of course, you got to drive to wherever the location is or whatever, and then if you have scan backs, the amount of time to scan it back or whatever, and they say, oh, you need a printer with a scanner and stuff like that, and then it's like eventually, like, maybe I need to invest in a better scanner so I'm not wasting all this time. And like I said, the last minute nature of this stuff, as I mentioned before, they want it back quickly. So if you got a last minute notification about another signing and you just finished this one and you like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up and scan back something within the next hour before I can get to go to my next signing, it can be a lot of rushing and, you know, trying to hurry up and do stuff, which I don't operate in haste. I really don't operate in haste, okay? All right, the fourth thing that I wish I had known, and I kind of just mentioned it now, is the quick and timely nature of this business. Everything is quick, quick, quick. So if you have to come, if you printed out the documents, had to drive, you know, 20 minutes to the location, got them to fill it out, checked everything, especially with you being new, might take you 45 minutes to an hour. Then you have scan backs. You got to go, come back home if you don't have a mobile scanner, scan back those documents. Then you need to still, because they want it, especially if the signing was early that morning, or you know, that morning or early in the earlier part of the day, if the signing was at like 10 a.m., they want you to be able to mail those documents off. So now you got to go to FedEx or UPS or wherever it is to ship off those documents. Not to mention you might have some other appointments that you need to go to, okay? It is just a quick turnaround business that they don't tell you about, and they just like, oh, I made this much of money in the day and I was done and blah 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 blah. And it's like these extra details are key for my success in this notary business. So just wanted to let y'all know about that. Now, the fifth thing that I'm going to share with you is you may have to accept lower fees when starting out. And I get it, that's cool, but I wish they would have told me that on the front end, because all some of these videos are saying is, oh, I got $75 for the signing, I got $100, I got $125 for the signing. They don't tell you might have to accept a low signing for $60 or $50 or something like that. They don't tell you that. And then they want to look at, well, I'm gonna say some of them will look at you crazy because you're accepting the low fee, but the signing service wants you to prove your worth. I have seen it happen when I was new. The offers I get, I don't know if it's part of the algorithm with some of these signing services and signing platforms. If they already know, like, hey, for this person is new, send them out this particular fee. And when they get more expensive, because I've seen my fee go up. I haven't asked for my fee to go up or anything like that. I mean, when I counter, I ask for a higher fee or whatever. But when I first started off, those fees I was getting are not the same fees that I'm getting now when I get offers submitted to me. And I guess it has to do, I don't know what it has to do with. I'm assuming it might have to do with, now I have a little bit more experience. But yeah, sometimes you'll have to take the lower fees. And there's like two camps. Some people are like, oh my gosh, why are you accepting these lower fees? It brings down the fees for everybody. And then there's another camp, is like, oh yeah, you just gotta accept the lower fees so you can get some experience in and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, nobody really mentioned this to me, okay? No, I don't see this advertised in the YouTube videos that are touting all this stuff, okay? But anyway, moving along. The next thing, the sixth thing that I wish I had known about the notary signing business before I got into it, is that there are different types of signings. Now, as you go through some of your notary training, depending on who you have your training with, yes, you will see the different signings and stuff like that. But I know it's hard to say in the different YouTube videos and things like that, but all signings are not created equal. A purchase is different from a seller's package. It's different from a loan mod. It's different from, you know, a quick claim deed, that kind of thing. It's different types of signings, and you need to know the type of signing that you're dealing with too, so you can negotiate your fees appropriately, because you can't be asking 100. And I mean, you probably can in some areas, but you can't be asking $150 for a loan modification because you're thinking it's on the same level of a refi or something. You can't do that. So they don't tell you, yes, they made $100 for this signing, or I made $125 for this signing, but they're not telling you what type of signing it is, and you can price yourself out of the market or get ignored because you're asking for a higher fee for something that is like, sis, this don't take all that or whatever. You're not gonna get that fee for that. And I wish I had known. I had learned I won't say the hard way, but I learned through trial and error from experience about some of the different types of signings. All right. They also don't often mention how long it takes to get paid. Most of these companies are net 30. So if you did a signing in March, you're probably not going to get paid to April, maybe a little bit after. Some of them are net 30, some of them are net 45. Now, if you go direct, because that's what they tend to talk about, because they want everybody to go direct and stuff like that, yes, you'll probably get paid a little bit quicker or same day or whatever within the week whenever their pay period is set up. But for the most part, if you're working with the signing services, it's net 30 to net 45, and you better make sure it's a reputable company that's actually going to pay you. Now, the last and final thing that I wish I had known about being a notary or being a loan signing agent is not to sleep on general notary work. Now, if y'all have seen any of my previous videos, y'all know I love me some general notary work because I don't have to worry about printing no documents. I don't have to worry about shipping things off. I don't have to worry about scanning back stuff. It is quick, easy money. A lot of them pay me just as well as I would have gotten paid if I had did a 150-page refi without all the stress, headache, and running back and forth and everything like that. So I love me some general notary work. Do not sleep on that. And there is so many different avenues when it comes to general notary work. I think the loan signing agent, yes, it's a bigger ticket service that you can have, but general notary work and the different avenues can easily generate just as much, if not more, when it comes to being a notary. And it's not as steep of a learning curve as it is with the loan signing. Like loan signing, you need to take a class and that kind of stuff. You need to know these documents and stuff. Versus general notary work, I won't say it's simple, but you can figure some of this stuff out if you are someone who takes the initiative. All right. Well, those were my 8 things that I wish I knew before I became a notary or before I became a loan signing agent. This video was by no means meant to discourage you or anything like that, but just to inform you so you could be better informed if you are thinking about becoming a notary, or you're wondering, hey, why am I not getting some assignments or stuff like that? Just think about some of these things on the back end. All right, but that is all I have for now. This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Take care, everyone.